Hi, my name is Red, and I have 2 tales and a lesson for you today. First tale, I was living in Alaska, and I went cycling with a friend, and that is fancy pants talk for biking, but we went on these trails because Alaska is filled with trails and bike paths and, you know, greenways and things like that. So we were going along, and it was a pretty long ride. It was, you know, probably like 10 miles each way, something like that, 8 miles each way. I don't know, it doesn't matter. The point is that it ended in this really tall hill. And, you know, I was biking up the hill, and I was biking, and I was riding my bike, and I was riding my bike, and I was riding my bike, and I was smoking, and nobody else could really catch up, and I was doing so good, and I was so proud of myself. I got to the top of this huge hill, and really had to pee. So at the top of the hill was kind of this ranger station, because we were in, like, a national park. In situations where federal laws are involved, I generally choose the men's room, because if anything goes awry, I can just go, I don't know, officer. Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange that you thought I was a woman. No, here's my ID. There's no problem, officer, just doing your job. Yeah, I can do that. Because there's nothing restful about being arrested in the restroom. So, on to the rest of the story. I went into the ranger station, and I was heading towards the men's room, and I was not feeling too great about it. And all of a sudden I hear this voice behind me go, "Ma'am? Ma'am!" And I turn around, and it's just me and just this park ranger. He's like, "Ma'am, the woman's room is over there. It's over here." It made me feel really good, because this was one of the first times that I really felt like I passed. I knew it. Like, I knew for a fact. Like, it was literally someone instructing me, basically saying, you know, take your vagina over there. And that felt pretty good, I have to admit it. The second story is kind of similar. Again, federal situation. This time it's an airport in North Carolina. And I'm waiting for a plane, that I will continue to wait for about 18 hours. 18 hours. So I'm waiting for a plane, and I go into the men's restroom because I have to pee. And there's this janitor in there, and he looks at me, and his jaw drops. He's like, and that's how he basically, like, looks. Like, just, because he's horrified, because he sees me go in, and I'm so in the wrong place. And actually, come to find out, he goes outside of the restrooms, finds a TSA officer, and comes back into the bathroom, and the TSA officer gawks at me. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows whether or not it's okay to approach me, and everybody thinks that I am in the wrong place, and I feel like I'm in the wrong place, and it was so bad. And the lesson is that passing isn't always a privilege, and to talk more about passing, you can't just assume that because somebody passes to you, because you think someone passes, it doesn't mean they always pass. I pass probably, I don't know. I don't really quantify it, and I don't really know what most people are thinking, and I don't really walk around with this huge passing security in my head, because I don't always pass. And that's okay. And I also don't just assume that because somebody passes to me, that my hang-ups, my issues, my gender clues that I look for, you know, just because somebody falls into A, B, and C category for me doesn't mean that A, B, and C are the same for everyone else. Don't assume that someone has passing privilege, because to me that sounds more like trans-on-trans hate. And on the flip side of the coin, if you feel like it's your job to police other people's passing as a trans person, you feel entitled to tell people how to pass better, unsolicited. Obviously, if somebody asks your advice, then feel free to tell them. But unsolicited instruction in passing is really, really, really not cool. So, don't tell people how to pass better if they don't ask you. Don't assume that people who pass for you pass for everyone. And don't assume that passing is always a privilege. Intense, y'all. Bye.
They go quack, quack, they go key. Some people have nothing and want nothing and are free.
No problem, officer, just doing your job.